Okay, so here we are going up the Kokopelli Trail. And something that I missed talking about is my YouTube heroes. I have two YouTube heroes. YouTube heroes. I mean, there are many cool people on YouTube. Motovlogging wise. But the two big inspirations for me are, Sandy McSanderson. No, that's fake. That's just because it's really sandy and sketchy right here. No, my two YouTube idols are HalfThrottle, who I've been following forever and ever. And now he's back in Utah, so we probably need to go for a ride with HalfThrottle. But, then again, it's kind of like, once in a while, you know, you see somebody's videos on YouTube, and I actually messaged HalfThrottle about this, but you see somebody's, you know, videos on YouTube, and you feel like you know them, and you feel like they're your friends, because you're like laughing at their jokes, and oh crap, that's super sandy. Anyway, you're laughing at their jokes, and brouhaha, and you know, you enjoy their company, you enjoy their videos. But then when it really comes down to it, they have no idea who you are. They haven't laughed at your videos. They haven't seen what you do, you know? So, anyway, for me to get a hold of HalfThrottle and ask him if he wants to go for a ride, maybe that'd be weird, maybe it wouldn't. But I love HalfThrottle in a YouTube sort of way. Okay, and then the other one that I love is Accidental Broadcast. That guy is so freaking funny, and his videos are perfect, and he always uploads in 1080p. And I like watching his videos because he always tells me he rules. Or, well, no, he tells me I rule. He says you rule in your video. Maybe that's something I can do to make more people like my videos. Just tell them that they rule. Because they do. If you were watching this, you rule. Thanks, Accidental Broadcast. Anyway, they both had something that I have none of. And that is living in an awesome area. I'm not saying that, you know, they wouldn't be cool if they lived somewhere else, because they would. They're freaking funny, and, you know, you could watch them right on the freeway and you'd enjoy it, but, anyway, that's a bonk. This is really cool in here. Anyway, they lived, from what I gather, HalfThrottle used to live in Panama, and those videos were all amazing, because it's like, dude, Panama, that's like luxurious and cool and unique, you know. Nobody lives in Panama. Well, I mean, lots of people do, but, you know, Panama's awesome. And then you've got Accidental Broadcast, who lives in Maui, and all the trails he goes on, they all seem to end at the freaking ocean, which is awesome. So, you know, I've got Utah. And Utah is amazing in so many ways. And, you know, what I don't realize, probably, is that a lot of people are like, dude, Utah, it's like the best. Utah's amazing. Like, we just ran into a guy back there in his car. This is long ago. I mean, back when we were on the road. Ran into a guy who, I better check if, yeah, I am still recording, good. Ran into a guy who was from Belgium. Came to Utah. It's like, hey, we're going to come to the United States, and of all the places to see in the United States, we're going to go to Utah. So that makes me pretty happy. And I can see why. This is amazing. But it's kind of funny because I take it for granted. This stuff is in my backyard. And, ooh, that's a cool vista. Take that, Mr. Ocean Boy. Maui. You may have Maui, but I have this. Anyway, no, I love the ocean. Holy sand. Sandsticles. This is like... Oh. This is... Sorry, I had to focus a little bit. It's like, you know, you can be checking your phone when you're taking a dump. But when the dump gets crazy, you gotta put your phone down and hunker down. Oh, that's a big rock and lots of sand. Yeah, there's, okay, it's flattening out a little bit. Nope, that's a lot of sand. It's getting pretty sketchy. But at least I can see where Jay's sinking in, which is a good thing. Anyway, so much love, much love to HalfThrottle and Accidental Broadcast. My YouTube heroes. Whoa. YouTube heroes. For Shiros. For Cheerios. Jay's left sack is looking quite dangly. We've been riding since, I think, 1 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock. And we kind of had this idea before we came on to do the, you know, massive portion of the BDR that we're doing. Our idea was to take our gear, or take our bikes on a pretty crazy trail and test out all the gear and how would it seat. I mean, not like, you know, set up your tent stuff, because that's, you know, you just set up your tent. You don't need to test that. But basically just to see how it felt. And before I was having fun on this trip, I was complaining all day about, I was complaining all day about how the backpack was heavy and it pushes me way too forward on the bike and blah, blah, blah. Well, yes, I would change that if I could go back. But I can't go back, and I've got all this stuff, and this is freaking awesome. However, I wish that we would have done that preliminary gear check to see kind of... This is amazing territory. Anyway, I wish we would have done the gear check to see exactly what fits. I probably would have pared down a lot of stuff. I mean, there's stuff here that I need to have. Holy garbage, this is amazing. Thumbs up for beauty.